people have said to me, you don't need to be with gyms, but I'm very proud to be a gym's franchisee. I think they're one of the best franchisees businesses you can get involved with. I think their support is amazing. I love representing them. Great company. Have all the uniforms, sign written cars already. It's going to cost to get out of it. And I also think that the fees are so reasonable as well, because you're still going to have to get out and pay all that money yourself. Advertising, marketing as well, that gyms do for you. So yeah, I'm quite happy to stay where I am.
Welcome to the Gyms Podcast. I'm your host, Joel Kleber, and this podcast is designed to share stories of our franchisees, franchisors, Jim himself, and other members of the Gyms family that we think you might find interesting. If you are researching our brand, we've got a previous back catalogue. There's so many great episodes that you can find online. And if you do like what you hear, please make sure you leave us a thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching, or online as well. We really do appreciate the support. Without further ado, here's today's episode. So Tina, thank you very much for joining us today on the Gyms Podcast. And you're from Gyms Cleaning Gordon South, and you've been with us since 2018 from around about June. And we want to present you with this a call voucher as well at the start, which is worth up to $600, $700 as well, on behalf of Gyms Group for being a great franchisee. Now, do you want to just tell everyone first about why did you nominate yourself, or did someone nominate you, or?
I actually did nominate myself, yes.
That's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has. That's all good. And maybe do you want to tell us a bit about why did you nominate yourself?
Well, I just thought that I was actually quite proud of all my achievements, and proud that, the business that I started was just little old me, sole trader, and have now sort of grown to a company with extenuating amounts of staff and subcontractors. So I just thought I was happy to share my successful story.
Awesome. And that's what it's for. So let's talk about yourself then. So what were you doing prior to Gyms Cleaning Group?
I was doing some bookkeeping, financial work for a private bookkeeper, and then also for sort of other big companies prior to that. And yes, pretty much just decided one day that I'd had enough of working for other people, watching them rake all the money in. There was one sort of big decision that did persuade me, which was I'd actually lost my mum a year prior to joining gyms. And I think it just opened my eyes up to how short life really is, and decided I wanted to do something for myself. So yeah, hence why I came down the gyms avenue.
And what was it about Gyms Cleaning? Because I presume you would have been looking at a few things, like what can I do to get out? So what was it? Were you looking at other things at the time, or what was it about Gyms Cleaning?
Well, I actually think, to be honest, I think they might have been paying top dollar for Google, because it kept just, popping up in my face every 5 seconds pretty much. I thought it might have been a sign. But I think I just liked gyms because obviously you didn't have to have a lot of, trade certificates, qualifications. I thought the pricing was quite reasonable, and I liked the support that they provided, the training, and especially their fee structure. So they didn't, just charge you for whatever you earned, a percentage. It was just one set fee, no matter what you achieved, what you earned. And great bunch of people. So very happy that I went down that avenue.
And how was the training back in 2018?
Very good. Very, very good. Yeah. Very well structured. Learned a lot. Like I said, it's not just, it is about running a business as well, but I guess also carrying on the gym's name and reputation. And just doing the best that you can. If you want to succeed, you can. But they gave you the tools to provide you with.
And what was your first week like when you were starting your own business, going from being an employee to running your own business? What was that mindset shift like, and do you recall those first couple of weeks?
Well, you have to, definitely jump into that leadership role, take control, because this is your life, your business. You needed people to, to provide you with a living. So I think just take on that control that I need to make this work, and the determination to make it work. And I'm pretty sure that I did.
And how big is your business currently? How many people do you have? How many regular customers?
I think I've got about 100 clients, and obviously consisting of commercial, private, domestic, which contains NDIS and aged care. So I'm actually sort of in the process of getting approved by some aged care facilities as well. So hopefully that's going to grow even bigger. So I currently have about 5 staff and a good half a dozen worth of subcontractors.
That's great. And how's that married up for you in regards to your business expectations and where you're at? Are you?
I had no idea it was going to be like this. I was just happy to plod along myself and do a couple of jobs a day and earn my, dead set $1,100 income a week. that's all I was happy with, and it just took off from there.
So what happened what happened? Was it just you had so much work and you thought I might as well try and employ people, or how did you build up?
Yeah. So obviously I did buy an existing business, so that definitely helped from day one. You've got your income coming in straight away. But I think I also joined and became a registered NDIS provider, and I do think that has definitely helped immensely. Your name is just out there. You're on, all databases, and then that sort of led to aged care people calling, and then also, with businesses, if you've got one business, they tend to know another business, they recommend you. So then, the commercial sort of side of it started building up. And it's just kept going. And obviously real estate agents, I've bonded and sort of got a contract with a couple of them locally. So they're constantly recommending me and getting my name out. So that's building as well.
Because I had a look at your survey ratings, because you've only got 5-star reviews, which tells me that you got really busy really quickly and turned off leads, and you've obviously just built a business based on referrals. So it's a really big credit to yourself, because sometimes when we see reviews in low numbers, it's sometimes might be thinking it's a bad thing, but in your case, it's a really good thing, because it means you've been able to, from early days, you've been able to really build a client base and not rely on leads at all to build your business.
I think very fortunate. Yes.
So with doing that, so what's you as good customer service then? Why have you been able to achieve such good success in regards to what you're doing?
I think, Joel, the big key is communication. Just always communicating with your client, following them up, letting them know when you're coming, if you're not coming, if you're running late, and just obviously doing the best job that you possibly can. And they will love you forever if you can do those things. That's my advice.
And in your opinion, what is the difference between a gym's cleaning service standard, but let's say you relate to yourself, and maybe another cleaning business or independent cleaner? What to you is the differences besides communication? Is there something where you might go above and beyond in certain areas, or there are other things in it?
And I think guaranteeing your work. So if the client's not happy, obviously returning and doing the best possible job, or fixing any issues that they have, or refunding them their money. I know the saying the client's always right, but trying to always make them happy will, definitely benefit you for sure.
Now, are you still working in the business yourself, or are you working on the business more now?
I'm both, still doing both. I have stepped back a little bit and letting staff sort of do as much as they can. But at the moment, still doing 3 days a week and 2 pretty much on the books, and organising workloads and whatnot.
That's great. And let's talk about now staff. So where do you advertise for staff, or how do you find your team members?
Well, to be honest, John, I've been very, very fortunate. I suppose the last 12 months, it's just come from family, friends, recommendations, and I've sort of currently got my daughter in place as well. So we've got a nice little network there going on. And the other stuff actually just through advertising, I think it was Indeed and some Facebook ads that I popped on. And I've actually still had 2 of them for about 4 years now. So they've been showing their loyalty to me, which is great. I've also had some that have been pretty bad, come and gone pretty quickly. But at the moment I'm doing quite well.
Well, the reason why I ask you that question, because it's a problem for a lot, as you would know, for a lot of franchisees. For us, so sometimes they get discouraged because they might try one employee and then doesn't have a good experience, and they don't want to do it again and stay at the sole trader. So what's your advice for finding or keeping good people? Is it just a matter of thing where you just got to trial people, there's no exact science to it, or is there certain things to look for, or what do you keep an eye out for in regards to when you look to hire someone?
Well, I just don't want them to come along for a quick dollar, like most of them obviously do. And obviously you get a lot of students coming in that need to study and work at the same time. So, and I've had them on board as well, and I have found that they're just here for a quick dollar and they don't really care about the clients or the work. So I just think if you can try and get some people that have had experience, through recommendations, whether it's friends, your neighbour, just someone that you know of, I think that's the best way to get them, rather than just a quick advertisement. You're just not sure who you're going to get.
How do you maintain the quality then of your staff and employees? Because it's another thing where you're responsible for their work. So how do you maintain that across your business?
Just try and give them as much training as you possibly can, supervising them for quite a while. And also, obviously, being a little bit generous. If you can afford to pay them a little bit more over the award rate, they usually quite tend to grab that idea and run with it. and are happy to work for you. And then obviously giving them a little bit more responsibility. I might, let them take one of their vehicles out, obviously providing them with all their clothing, PPE gear. But yeah, I think if you can afford to pay them a little bit more, I think you might keep them on board a little bit longer.
Because you've been running a business now for 5 years, in that 5 years, is there any sort of advice or things that you know now that you would have told yourself back at the starting out?
I just wished I'd have told myself to have done it a lot earlier than what I did now. A lot earlier. I guess didn't maybe just have the knowledge or confidence, but yeah, I think I could have done it a lot earlier.
Yeah, I've heard that a bit from people when we do this, and I think it's maybe more of a confidence thing where you have all these skills, and you don't realize how valuable your skills are in regards to people put that running a business on a pedestal sometimes, I guess, when the skills you probably had already, you had for many years, and you would have been able to use that.
Realize, exactly right. Yes.
And what were the skills that you had then previously that translated over that you found from your previous work experience?
I just think, again, communication, good people skills, just getting along with people, trying to please the customer as much as you can. I owned hotels and managed motels as well. So customer service is a big, big, big plus. And, just, I guess, politeness and, just trying to do the right thing by the customer. And I guarantee that they will stick with you if you can treat them right.
You do a fantastic job because, as I said earlier, because you don't take many leads to get those surveys, which means you're obviously getting a hell of a lot of referral work and a lot of great referrals in your network, which is fantastic. So with your business, how do you, because referrals sometimes is people don't like asking for them, or is it just something you generate based on the quality of your work, or do you actively seek them out, or how do you do it?
Well, I just think, Joel, like I said, I really believe that being a registered NDIS provider has helped broaden your horizons with being on a lot of databases. And then, like I said, I just get phone calls, and obviously they'll say, "Oh, I heard that you've done some work for such and such from this company. Are you interested, or have you got availability to sign up with this client?" So I do obviously think referrals are a big thing, but I think having your name out there definitely does help, and they can see who you are, what you've done, and then you're contactable. They know who you are and where to get you from.
Is there any sort of advice you have for dealing with maybe NDIS managers, or you would obviously deal with a lot of those people in those areas? Is there any sort of tips or advice that you can give around that?
I just think if you can get yourself, within the NDIS clientele yourself, and again, communicating, doing the best job you can, clients and their coordinators, they will, they'll take hold of that, and they will call you. They need some good cleaners out there. They're looking for them badly.
And with your 5 years business experience, what's your plan for yourself then moving forward? Are you looking to grow the business more? Are you happy where you are, or what's your goals?
Look, I would like to step back as much as I can and just keep growing it if I can do that. Like I said, I've got down to 3 days a week now, so maybe 2 or 1 would be good in the next few months. But again, it's finding the really good staff that you can rely on. Or, like I said, I've got some subcontractors which I use, which are some of the gyms guys, and they're fantastic. People are looking for work. They usually sort of come and ask me as well. So, and I can usually trust them as well. They know the model, they know the reputation they need to keep. So, yeah, so hopefully I can get to that level.
And what about your lifestyle now compared to where you are before? How's it different? You see the smiling face. So how's it? Yeah.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, more money than I could have ever dreamed of. Great lifestyle, owning our own home, caravan, boat, cars, holidays. It's fantastic. Never thought my wildest dreams.
And what do your friends and family think about what you've been doing over the last 5 years? Because a lot of people might say, I'm quitting this to go do a cleaning business, right? And a lot of people, unfortunately, will look down on home services. It does not just cleaning, mowing in general and other things, right? So what would they say now after seeing you?
Yeah, they thought I was absolutely crazy. And now I just ask them, how much do they earn?
Are you surprised they've been by it? Because we obviously know, I work in the office and you work in the field, and are you just surprised about the lack of maybe knowledge there is around about what you can do, like things that you've done yourself?
Absolutely. Yeah. Most people are sort of sheltered in their own little world and only know what they know, but like coming out to the gyms world, it's whole different story.
And what keeps you with the brand? The only reason why I ask this is because you don't take leads from gyms, so you've got a great business there already. Like, what keeps you involved with the gyms group then?
I know people have said to me, you don't need to be with gyms, but I'm very proud to be a gyms franchisee. I think they're one of the best franchisees businesses you can get involved with. I think their support is amazing. I love representing them. Great company. Have all the uniforms, sign written cars already. It's going to cost to get out of it. And I also think that the fees are so reasonable as well, because you're still going to have to get out and pay all that money yourself. Advertising, marketing as well, that gyms do for you. So, I'm quite happy to stay where I am.
That's cool. Well, we're happy to have you. I'm sure, the franchisor. I think, who's your franchisor in ACT? Is it Steve? Who is it?
Not anymore.
Carmen.
Yeah.
Carmen. So how's your support been from them?
Oh, the girls are fantastic. They ring us at least once a month and check up on us, and very, very supportive. Have regular meetings and chit chat. So they're going well.
And how was that in the early days? Because I think a lot of people, they don't understand how franchisors work in gyms, and it can be very important for people with the meetings and stuff, as you mentioned. So how was that in the early days for you? Because probably now you might not need it as much, but maybe back then.
No, definitely needed it at the beginning, most definitely. And like I said, Steve was the franchisor back at the beginning, and fantastic. And if he didn't know anything, he'd just say, look, how about, you talk to this franchisee or talk to this one. There was always somebody to help, always somebody to give advice. No one ever saw you as competition. They just saw you as somebody that worked alongside them, like a work colleague. So very, very supportive group of people we've got here.
And lifestyle, you mentioned before, so you like going for holidays in the caravan, or what do you get up to with your free time now?
Oh, my goodness. Been doing lots of cruising. We've just done a top end of Australia trip back in April. Doing some more caravanning at the end of the year. And so, looking forward to it.
Now, did you think you'd be in this position when you started 5 years ago?
Never. No, never. Like I said, just happy to plod along and earn over $1,000 a week. So, extremely happy.
That's great. And maybe what advice would you maybe have for someone who is in your position? Because there's a lot of people who are really good at what they do, but they don't have maybe, I don't know, they just don't think it can be that what you've done, or there's a bit of confidence. Maybe what would you say to them? What things should they ask, or what would you say to them to do to maybe sort of help them make the leap the same as you?
Like, take every opportunity that you possibly can, and just try and always put the client first, always putting yourself out there, handing out your business cards, doing some cold calling if you need to. And, just, being yourself, and just doing the right thing.
Now, was the business journey as scary as what it might have seemed to be when you were in your employment role now, looking back on it?
To be honest, I've just been so fortunate, John. Obviously, when you do lose customers here and there, it's a little bit stressful, but I just say as one door closes, another one opens. So I've just been very, very lucky that I've never sort of plummeted. I've always been, always had customers that needed us. So, I've probably been more relaxed in business rather than as an employee.
Oh, you do a great job. And on behalf of Gyms Group, we'll give you this silver membership, which is worth, I think, $600, $700. It's 2 free nights at any core hotel in the world. And I think there's 50% of dining and stuff as well. So we'll get that to you as well.
Thank you, Joel. I actually thought it was just signing up to get a voucher.
No. So basically what it is, for those who don't know, if they're watching still, we have a core vouchers, and basically what it is, if you want to share your story on the podcast, we'll give you one of those vouchers. And the good thing about it is that there's so many good stories in gyms like yourself, and gives other people confidence to maybe do what you've done, or there might be other things as well just to promote the brand. So that's our token of appreciation as well. We've got some great stories like yourself that we like sharing, and Jim loves hearing these sorts of things. So I'm sure your story will help a lot of other people who might have been in your position as well 5 years ago. Appreciate your time today, Tina. You'll get an email in 5 business days with that, and you'll get a physical card in the mail as well. It just takes a little bit of time to get there. But once you have it, be right to use it.
Thank you so much. Muchly appreciated.
No, thanks for your time today, Tina. No,
thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the episode of the Gyms podcast. If you want to learn more about the Gyms Group, head to gyms.net or call us on 131 546 Australia or 0800 454 654 New Zealand. And if you did like the episode as well, please make sure you leave a review or a comment or a thumbs up or a comment on the video as well. We appreciate your support, and until next episode, we hope you have a great week.